Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from AnthonysCustoms, and for this review, we are looking at the vintage Marvel Legends Spider-Man, which comes with this fancy old school packaging, which is a very nice feature if you want to keep the figure in the package. If you don't, then the packaging doesn't matter and it comes down to the figure, and that's what we're going to look at. So let's go ahead and get this guy off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 6.5 inches, which makes him just about 16.5 centimeters. And you probably noticed I didn't spend much time talking about it in the intro because of all of the figures that we're getting in this vintage line, this is probably the least worthwhile. It's almost identical to the original figure. You might have slightly different colors for the paints, but it's basically the exact same figure just repackaged, which to me is very, very disappointing. If you look at the packaging, this classic Spider-Man has the dark blue and the more human-like proportions and that particular look for the face. This is not that Spider-Man at all. It is not the classic Spider-Man at all. It's a very skinny, long-torsoed Spider-Man with big round eyes, and it's just not the right colors. It's not the vintage Spider-Man, so I think it's probably the worst attempt at all of these to be this retro-looking figure. It's just a repack, and it serves no purpose for people who already have this figure. We do have the unmasked head, or the halfway unmasked head, and a slice of pizza. The pizza is the most impressive thing about this figure. It's done very nicely. The rest of the figure is just the exact same thing. It serves no purpose out of the package. So, if you want the vintage collection and you're going to keep them in the package, then by all means grab it. It looks cool, it's fine. Still not the right Spider-Man for it, but it's better than having it out of the package, because if you put it on the shelf, it's going to get lost amongst all the other Spider-Man figures because it looks exactly like the original release. Almost exactly anyway. I don't have mine here to show you, unfortunately, but I did go back and check my review, and it's pretty darn close to the original release, so it's kind of disappointing in that regard. As far as the paint goes, they did a good enough job with the webbing. That's fine. The painted red is not uniform everywhere. You can see his chest. Hopefully it shows up on camera anyway. His chest is a different shade than basically the rest of the red. The rest of it's pretty all uniform. The blue is almost all uniform except for the forearms right here and the tops of the legs. The paint they used is darker and glossy, so it doesn't look that great. The eyes are done pretty well. You know, it's not a terrible figure by any means, don't get me wrong. If you don't have the original Pizza Spider-Man, then pick this up. You're aces. But if you do have it, this doesn't serve a purpose. So as far as the articulation goes, in case you guys don't already know, the head can go forward and back just fine. It actually sits on the neck pretty well, so that's a good thing. It rotates. It does give a little bit of play on that ball peg, so that's good. The butterfly joints work particularly well, so that's nice. The ball hinge shoulders, this one wants to move a little bit. This one doesn't want to move at all, and it looks like it's going to break the butterfly joint if I keep screwing with it, so that's a problem. Be aware of that. Can I rotate the shoulder in that socket? Yes, I can do that, so that's good. Bicep swivel works okay. No problems there. Double jointed elbow, no problems. There's still no paint on those pegs. Still no paint. We only have the two hands on this guy, which is a little bit weird. We have the open hand with the hinge, of course, and then we have the web thwipping hand with the hinge. So that hand's fine. This hand is for the pizza, probably. I mean, it could be a wall-crawling hand, but having only these two hands does limit the posability significantly. It's not a big deal, but it's something to note. We have our ab crunch, which goes back one notch, looks kind of weird. Goes forward one notch, looks okay. Waist twist is fine. Hips, a little bit better than 45, but not by much. Going forward, they work just fine. Going back, they do work a little bit, so that's good. Thigh swivel's okay. Double jointed knee is okay. And for the ankle, it does go forward pretty well, and it goes back pretty well. And then we have our ankle rocker. So, yep, it's still a solid figure. It definitely still has those weird proportions and isn't accurate for what it should be for this release. But if you need this figure, then definitely pick it up. It's fine. But, it's not good for anybody who already has it. So that'll do it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And in the meantime, keep collecting.